Well, it's a good opportunity to talk about how soccer is indeed a sign of the nation's moral decay, according to Ann Coulter, who is desperate to make herself relevant in an age where the Republican Party has moved so far into sheer insanity. She labels off or ticks off why soccer is a sign of the nation's moral decay. Individual achievement is not a big factor in soccer. Only someone who doesn't watch soccer wouldn't realize that there are huge individual achievements. And in real sports, players fumble passes. She obviously doesn't realize that in soccer, you can literally fumble a pass. I think that's the terminology they would use. They throw bricks and drop fly balls. In other words, they have a bad shot or they don't catch the ball. Well, in soccer.
How about an own goal?
Oh, that never happens in soccer.
Guy,
Except for when it happens.
Andres Escobar got murdered in a bar in Colombia for an own goal.
Okay. When baseball players strike out, they're standing alone at the plate, but there's also individual glory in home runs, touchdowns, and slam dunks. This is just written for people who've not even ever watched a soccer game. In soccer, the blame is dispersed and almost no one scores anyway. I'm sorry. What was that story you just said, Michael?
A soccer player in Colombia was murdered in the early 90s for an own goal.
All right. You don't know what you're talking about. There are no heroes, no losers, no accountability.
You really want to make that an accountability joke?
And no child's fragile self-esteem is bruised. There's a reason perpetually alarmed women are called soccer moms, not football moms. No, the reason why they're called soccer moms, and I imagine she knows this, is because soccer is more popular in ex-urban areas where that demographic is more in play than what one would consider the football moms.
No one would call you a football dad after that.
Moron. Liberal moms like soccer because it's a sport in which athletic talent finds so little expression. Yeah, soccer players, they're not athletes at all.
I'm pretty sure they run more than any other sport in terms of like the field
So
length.
little expression that girls can play with boys. No serious sport is co-ed even at the kindergarten level. Now, Ann Coulter, I'm sure, has never, hopefully, if there are responsible parents out there, been allowed close enough to a kindergarten child to know that, in fact, almost every athletics that takes place in kindergarten is co-ed. No other sport ends in as many scoreless ties as soccer. I'm not sure what the point of that is. The prospect of either personal humiliation or major injury is required to count as a sport. That's just absurd if you see how many guys go down in soccer.
Every 2 minutes.
Right. Most sports are sublimated warfare. Have you ever watched a soccer game? It can be brutal. Baseball and basketball present a constant threat of personal disgrace. They literally give you a card if you've done something wrong in soccer, and people, it's, yeah. In hockey, there are 3 or 4 fights a game. You can't use your hands in soccer, which of course is, she's a joke. And the final one is, it's foreign. Yeah. Okay. So Ann Coulter, everyone, trying desperately to be relevant with an increasingly small number of people who apparently don't own televisions.
I like that, though. It's like just this image of these ferocious and furious fans in Europe and Latin America and all across the world just being like, go for a tie. respect each other.
Yes.
And have fun on the field in a completely non-competitive and non-athletic way.
Right. Sublimated warfare. I guess then I can't tell. Would she be in favor or against soccer hooligans?
In favor if they were American.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
There you go. There was a guy playing for Ecuador yesterday who literally had the only way would be to describe it would be netting on his head because his head got so badly hurt in the game before, and he still was going to play. He was playing with a massive gash on his head.
Oh, come on.
I haven't seen anything like that in any other
sport. Sign
of
moral degradation.